Let's get a good one. 74. 74 says melancholic wave. We were pretty shook up when we found ... But if not for that, we would never have found ... How about a wrecked lifeboat? How about eyes staring at us? I do like a castle under the waves. Yeah, thrashing, splashing. Pretty shook up when we found. Yeah, like it's almost like the living water or something like that. Like the water itself. What would that be called? Like, what's a group of ships? Is that like a battalion? No, not a battalion. Or what are it's like an aquatic? Clearly, I know my sea. A flock. Thank you. A fleet. Like, I suppose you'd be pretty shook up to find bodies floating. I mean, if we go with a landmass, if we go with some sort of, maybe it's an island that's moving. The Kraken. Yeah, we can do that. We can do tentacles rising up. All right, second table. So we were pretty shook up out at sea when we found the wrecked lifeboat. Eyes staring back at us. The King's Fleet. What is something that you want to find sailing at sea? I could get by with, how about the underwater people? Hey, our new hideout. I like that. The edge of the world, because in our fantasy worlds, it can be a flat. It can't be a flat planet. The Cure. Our way back. Our way home. I like. I also like a treasure map. How about this? Where the rift began or begins. New ship. Never would have found the new ship if we hadn't needed it. Let's roll a couple on this. 3s. Fortuitous. We were pretty shook up when we sailed out and found a castle under the waves. But if not for that, we never would have discovered the edge of the world. Is a castle under the sea and at the edge of the world not like a fantasy? I feel like that's like a picture in a book somewhere. Like that would be, it's like, and thus we found, the Lich's castle. We were pretty shook up when we sailed out and found thrashing in the water. Swarm of something rising up, literally shaking the boat. But if not for that, we never would have found a way back home. Interesting. That almost feels like a storm that could send them home, or maybe somehow the thrashing in the water, like the ship is grabbed and pulled there by some monster, maybe a monster that doesn't actually wish the party harm. 3 and a 4. We could do a 4 over here. Gotta re-roll that. Really? 5. We were pretty shook up when we sailed out and found the King's Fleet. But if not for that, we never would have found the Cure. That's interesting. So how do we put those ideas together? Every time it doesn't quite fit, I feel like that's where we're actually getting the opportunity to grind and sort of find a story that we might not have told otherwise. So the King's Fleet, why are they out there? Maybe that's where they're like dumping the Cure. Maybe the king is propagating whatever horrible curse is wrecking the kingdom, and they're out there emptying. Or maybe the king's been charmed. Maybe the fleet itself, maybe just the people involved have been charmed by whoever's responsible for the curse, and the cure is being, and And so now it's like, okay, we have to get at least a sample. We have to get off one of these ships full of charmed soldiers working for the king supposedly, but we think that they're not all right in the head. We have to get a barrel of this cure back with us if we are to save them all. Six and six. We were pretty shook up when we sailed out and saw those bodies floating by. But if not for that horrible sight, we never would have found the map to the treasure sticking out of the pocket of one of the failed hunters. They beat us out to sea, but apparently they weren't successful in their search. Nice. Cool. All right. Well, I'm good with that. Thanks everybody for hanging out. It was a good lunchtime stream. Nice change of pace. We'll see. I'm gonna experiment. Maybe we'll put this online. Maybe we'll make a video out of some of these. I think they're kind of neat. And of course, check out Encounters to Inspire on my shop. It's a 2-book pack full of, I think, ideas that are even cooler than this one. So more on the way too, because it's a fun idea. Thanks, Data. Thanks, Connor, and everybody else. And yeah, catch you again later. Actually, maybe very soon, because I might be back on and working on something. 10 out of 10. Thank you, Connor. Appreciate that. Needs more D10. I got to work on that.